back and we cry and we scream and we wonder why we never felt alive inside.
Hey.
We are spiritual beings having human experience. So go and take another try.
Hey.
Hey. Life's not over, keep going. You might just be surprised. You might just win this time. Hey. Hey. Life's not over, keep going. You might just be surprised. You might just win this time. Hey. We are spiritual beings having human experience. So go and take another try.
Hey.
Hey. Life's not over, keep going. You might just be surprised. You might just win this time. Hey. Hey. It's our duty to grow now. Ain't no time to be playing around. Hey. We sit back and we cry and we scream and we wonder why we never felt alive inside.
Respite is here, and my mind is clear, and my heart is being purged of all the fear. I was dead in the back, now I'm right in the front. My intuition is lit, got a spiritual hunch. Sometimes I feel I'm ignoring my life, but it's the hermit. God said I'm restoring your sight. 8 of cups with it, moving on up with it. Life gritty when you gotta get tough with it.
Hey. Hey.
Rumors in, I'ma send it to a place where I'm grateful for every morning, see the look up on my face, yeah.
Hey. Hey. We sit back and we cry and we scream and we wonder why we never felt alive inside. Hey. We are spiritual beings having human experience. So go and take another try. Hey. Life's not over, keep going. You might just be surprised. You might just win this time. Hey. Life's not over, keep going. You might just be surprised. You might just win this time. Hey. See, your story is changing. Remember King David? God gave him one more try. Hey. Hey. You're alive, you have life inside. Don't count yourself out this time. Hey. You were born as a king or a queen, you have life inside. Don't let them tell you otherwise. Hey. Hey. You were born as a king or a queen, you have light inside. Don't let them tell you otherwise. Hey. Hey. We are spiritual beings having human experience. So go and give another try. Hey. Life's not over, keep going. You might just be surprised. You might just win this time. Hey. One more time. You might be surprised. Life's not over, keep going. You might just be surprised. You might just win this time. Hey.
You gotta heal to release the pain. The death called me, the Reaper came. It's like the end of an old start of a new beginning. We good at losing, but we knew it winning. Hey.
Hey. Hey. We gotta heal to release the pain. Death called me, the Reaper came. Hey. We gotta heal to release the pain. The death called me, the Reaper came. Hey. Hey. My intuition was given by source. I know a lot of people watching, of course. Sitting back, manifesting my reality. Supernatural powers, nothing can get past me. Hey, and it's all about your energy. Hey, it's all about your energy. Hey, vampires of your energy. Hey, protect your energy. Hey, good morning, and thank you for joining. Hey, good morning, get up, it's to wake up. Hey, good morning, and thank you for joining. Hey, get up, wake up, we gotta get up. Hey, hey, hey. energy, good spirits, attracting the life you desire because it's your birthright. We're coming through with another live message for you guys. So make sure you take the message how it resonates in your life. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Don't forget to share the video out, run the video up. Make sure you hit the bell notification, the thumb, so you get notified when we go live with more messages like this one. What's up, tribe? Where you guys at? Where you guys from? Where you guys at this morning? What's up? I miss you guys. We ain't been on here.
Okay.
And I miss you guys. Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning.
Grand Awakening, definitely, Zay. Grand Awakening, family.
What's up, Zay? That's
all right,
my son's
y'all.
name.
Definitely is.
My son's name, Zay.
So y'all know what it is. We got a selection for Black History Month because it's Black History Month.
Let's do it.
You know.
Okay.
But what we've been doing over here is we've been picking not your normal everyday famous Black history figures. We've been picking people that got spiritual significance so we could dig a little bit because we've been tapping into these people. We've been doing big history reports. We've been tapping in spiritually because we kind of want to see what was going on, right? Yeah. They say the past repeats itself.
Okay.
So if you know the past, then essentially you know what your future was coming to you in the future. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna focus on who we got, and I'm gonna let her start.
Okay. We're gonna jump right into it. Let me drink my little water. Okay. So I'm coming hot off the press this morning, okay? February 9th, Black History Month. Sarah Rector, okay? Born March 3rd, 1902, okay? Born to formerly enslaved parents. Miss Rector was allotted 160 acres of what they thought was worthless land, okay? So back in the day, it was a policy, a federal government policy that former enslaved members of Native American tribes following the Civil War, that they would receive land, once they were no longer enslaved. And so Miss Rector, when she was about 12 years old, she inherited around 160 acres of land. She was actually a part of the Muscogee Creek Nation, which is how she was entitled to this land, right? So it was she was a Black Native American.
Black Native American.
Okay. So boom, they give her 160 acres of land that they deem worthless, right? So back in this time, how it would work is pretty much people like white farmers or native citizens or people with greater political clout, they would be the ones that would get the first pick on the land that was promised to the formerly enslaved people. So when Miss Rector received this 160 acres, it was deemed as, land that was just pretty much desolate, right? You can't do anything with it. It was worthless. So at one point, her dad's name was Joseph, I believe. Yeah, I believe his name was Joseph. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, I think his name is Joseph. I'll come back. It's in here as well. But anyway, so her dad at one point even wanted to sell this property. Now, this property that she had was deemed worthless, and at the time they wanted like $30 for taxes, and that was pretty expensive back in the 1800s for a Black family. So, the dad is thinking like, well, this is actually costing us more than, it's worth. So let me try to sell it. He tried to sell the property and it didn't work. See, this is how you know when God is with people, right? They tried to sell the property. It didn't work. Sarah, she was a very spiritual young girl. So at 12 years old, she was speaking to spirit. She was speaking to God directly. She was hearing from God. She was seeing things. She had a knowing, right? A remembrance of
She had a
things.
remembrance, a strong ancestral contact. And a lot of the slaves at that time that were resistant to religion, they were able to step into their power. So she didn't resonate with the religious aspect. She was religious, but she was more spiritual. Like she really communicated with spirits.
Absolutely.
And ancestors.
Yeah, so Sarah proceeds to lay on her land, and she's communicating with her land. The ancestors and God are telling her this land is valuable. Believe us. You have to really believe, and you have to convince everyone to believe you. So Sarah, lo and behold, she tells her family, look, there's oil on my land, and we can get paid from this. So at the time, they go to the town, which, back then they didn't really want to see people with, skin colors like ours. So they go to different places and they finally strike oil. I'll just get to the bottom of it. What happens is they find oil on the land. But the people who came out to inspect, they told her it was nothing there. It was no land there. It was not, nothing was going on. But then they came back the next day wanting to purchase the land for $6, which was pretty good back then, right? But her mind, she was so intuitive. She was like, no, it's oil here. Why would I sell this for $6 when God told me that oil is on this land, right? So, boom. Okay. The land gets picked over. She gets the land. They give her the land. Boom. They deem it worthless. Then she hits the jackpot. The oil is discovered on her land. Her land was generating revenue exceeding about $300 per day. Now, mind you, while all this is going on, while the oil is being discovered, you have the Caucasian people that were coming to unalive her and her family. Her dog was actually popped. Okay, I'll just say popped. They had tried to unalive her dog. They wanted the deed to the home because it was valuable. It had the oil under the home. They even went and had the oil tested, and the oil companies were working against them and tried to keep the sample and tell them that there was nothing going on with the oil. The oil was no good. They ended up finding an African-American man in another town, and he tested it, and he told them, like, you guys hit the jackpot. So around, I'm sorry, kind of going all over the place, y'all. But anyway, so let me get back here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's get back to the beginning. So born, formerly enslaved, her parents, she was allotted the 160 acres of worthless land in Oklahoma. By then, it was a shocker when the oil was discovered on her land in 1913, bringing in a massive daily income, making her a millionaire by the age of 12 and the richest black child in America. Her wealth was so vast that the Oklahoma's legislator reclassified her as white to legally allow her to manage it. That's crazy, right? She had to be reclassified as a white person to be even able to get this money, right? So,
she also had to get a white guardian.
Yeah, I got that too, right? So I got all that too. So, pretty much what happened was, I got so many notes on this. Pretty much what happened was she was swindled out of her money because she was so wealthy that she had to get a white guardian. And they ended up, swindling out of her money and the land. And she ended up living a pretty decent life after that due to investment properties and different things like that. But it was a very sad thing to see how, something that was given to her was, they wanted to steal it back. In fact, they were actually going around to people in the neighborhood, blacks that had gained the land from being enslaved, and they went around and they were trying to, unalive people and steal their deeds so that they could take the land back when they found out that it was valuable. So Sarah Rector, I have a whole bunch of notes, and I get so excited talking about her. I don't want to spend the whole hour.
Yeah, she got.
It's a whole bunch.
She she actually had a pretty good life back then. Like she was a celebrity, a black celebrity. Mm-hmm. She was in touch with all the celebrities. Her royalties were pathetic. Like she ended up with, overall, for all of the oil that was there, she roughly brought in like 12 million, which was really nothing. That was less than what it was. Rockefeller bought it from her for 36 million. Mm-hmm. So she only ended up amassing like 12 million. That was a fortune back then. So she was able to do some things. But the thing about Sarah Rector, and the reason why we picked her, is because without her intuition and her connection to spirit, nobody would have never had anything, because she was the one that can feel it. She was the one that knew it. And also, it was amazing how because she was the heir of this inheritance, her parents actually stood behind her intuition, because they knew that she was the one that actually had the contact, right? And that's just one to grow on a day, because sometimes we have spiritual children and they the ones with the anointing. So sometimes just focusing could be similar. Okay, my selection is a wonderful woman who happens to be from our neighborhood, right? actually grew up on the same street that my grandmother grew up on. My grandmother knew this lady, right? Her name is Henrietta Lacks. Many of you have heard of her, Henrietta Lacks, and she was born August the 1st, 1920, and she transitioned October the 4th, 1951. So what was particular about this divine individual, because she was definitely a divine being, she developed cervical cancer. And when we develop cancer, the body has a way of altering our cells in order to try to kind of fight the cancer. So what happened in Henrietta's case was, and again, robbed, right? We speaking about the plight of our people. Henrietta Lacks was diagnosed with cervical cancer in Johns Hopkins. She was admitted in 1931 to Johns Hopkins facility, Henrietta Lacks. Now this is where it gets devious, right? Johns Hopkins in 1931, the status of Johns Hopkins was they were suffering severely. They had financial turmoil. The Great Depression was upon them. The collapse of their overall budget, and as well, a dirty stain on their name because they didn't have the money to cover their scholarships. So Johns Hopkins scholarships got revoked in 1931, right? They were down bad. But remember, they admitted Henrietta Lacks to their hospital in 1931. Now, do you know what the status of Johns Hopkins Hospital was in 1932, a year later? Johns Hopkins became the premier university and institution of research, right? And then forth established themselves as a medical juggernaut ever since then. So in other words, in 1931, Johns Hopkins was down bad, right? But in 1932, they got premier status for research. Why? Think about it. Henrietta Lacks transitioned on October the 4th. That's only 3 months left before 19. So what happened in 3 months to change the classification of Johns Hopkins from a suffering medical institution to a world-renowned center of research?
Because they used her cells.
They used her cells. They took her cells, right?
Without her consent.
They took her cells, and this is even as I dug a little more deep, it became even more spiritually evident. Not only did they take Henrietta Lacks cells, Johns Hopkins knew what those cells were before she transitioned. And I don't even really believe that they fought to sustain her life, because she would have been more valuable to them to transition, because they already had the plan. They was going to steal her cells. And why would they steal her cells? And this is why they hid it. They stole her cells and they hid it from her family for 42 years, right? In fact, the only reason why they came out with any information about what they did with Henrietta Lacks cells was because they wanted to test the family and see the range of the infection. Basically, they wanted to see if any of them had the same genetic code or anything any type of material that they can use. Why? Because they classified Henrietta as immortal. Immortal. The only human cell line is known as the HeLa cell line. What that means is the cells that developed from her cancer cells, they were able to take those cells and reproduce them endlessly.
They made a whole bunch of different
They made medicines, they made advancements toward cancer. They understood a lot just from her cell count. So they took her cell line, they hid it away. And a lot of people think, well, it was about money. I don't think it's about money. What I think it's about is, as what it's always been about, stopping us from remembering what we connected to. There's no way that they can come out and say we have an immortal line from a lady named Henrietta Lacks. They didn't know they did what they always do. When they have secret and hidden information, they hide it from the public and they do their work with it. So they actually took this lady's cells, hid the information from the public, and they begin to work with it, right? And as I said before, the only reason why the information came out is because researchers went to the family and they wanted to test them. And I feel like it's a testament to Black resilience. Like, we have to begin to remember these type of things and these type of people. Like, they pump the Black history figures that they feed us throughout school. A lot of them, it's sad to say, but they compromised in a lot of ways. The people that didn't compromise, they don't tell us about them. So that's why we speaking about these people. This lady is immortal. Her cell line is immortal, meaning that they can go in a day and make more cells from her original cell count. There's no other humans that's like that in the world, right? And for her to be from our neighborhood, she grew up in 713 New Pittsburgh Street. That's where her family grew up at, in a place called Turner Station.
Turner Station.
Dundalk, right? So, Henrietta Lacks. Yes. All right, y'all, we're going to tap in and get a message out. My Black History selection for the month is lit. I ain't even going to talk about it.
My glass is filthy.
Yeah, but Sarah Rector and Henrietta Lacks. Look them up, y'all. Look, Spirit say they high priestess.
111, honesty, life goals, mission, sense of self, honesty, important projects. It's that time of self-development. Focus your mind on your craft. You already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. It also finds your true purpose. Leveling up in your career or business is a priority right now. Yeah, we got fast progress. You could be leveling up in something very quickly right now. Move forward with swift precision and do what must be done. Yeah, I feel like right now it's very important to do whatever is necessary, especially being honest here. You could be working on some very important projects and you could be coming into, a sense of who you are. There could be something that you're doing that's really helping you understand who you are. You could be doing something that's very satisfying or something like that. Something about a craft here. Now, you could have like some kind of side hustle, something that you really like to do, something that you enjoy. I feel like right now is a good time to spend some time on that. Honesty is very important here. It's key. You could be a person that, maybe you grew up in a household where, you have very strict rules, so you become accustomed to lies. And now you're learning to be totally honest about self, about life. And this is good for you. Something about that. Okay. Getting better, yeah. Life is getting better.
Life is getting better.
Life is getting better. I feel like someone's life is getting better. Growth is a journey, not a destination. Welcome improvements, one step at a time. Yeah, you're on a journey here, but it's moving pretty quickly. You could even feel nervous, like, oh my gosh, you could be going through one of those aha moments about your age and your aging process. You could be really seeing where you're headed in life or something like that. Things are happening very quickly. You must do what needs to be done now. Something about your life goals. Maybe you're checking off things on your list, your bucket list, your goal list. Something about write another one. You could be needing larger goals, bigger goals, something about that. You're on a mission here, and you're getting better.
I ain't gonna lie. We got divine feminine energy out here. Somebody is tapped in. I'm talking not the phony way, tapped in the for real way. We got the high priestess to the 8 of Wands, Page of Pentacles. That's enlightened energy. Like, the high priestess to the 8 of Wands is somebody who has built up a serious communication with the spirit realm, ancestors, God, the ethers, whoever you are, right? This high priestess, look, she got her eyes closed and everything, right? Like, I feel like you're a person With the Eight of Wands, you get messages. You receive downloads from the divine. And with the Page of Pentacles, very enthusiastic about it, right? You can even be making somebody angry with this energy, right? Because this is an abundant energy. Like, you know, High Priestess to the Eight of Wands, Page of Pentacles. I hear people looking at you like, why they always so happy? Ain't always smiling. Ain't nothing to smile about. Yeah, that's because you got this enthusiastic, childlike energy with you, right? That's how it be when you tap into different levels of you know, when your conscious becomes different and you begin to experience new things of a spiritual nature, right? You get in that Page of Pentacles energy. It's like life starts all over again. A beautiful, childlike energy. And the Page of Pentacles can speak of good fortune that you're drawn to yourself, you know, good work, good messages. Pisces energy with the High Priestess. Yeah, I mean, you looking good out here, whoever you are, Divine Feminine. I would say when you got the High Priestess to the Eight of Wands, just write it down, mama, right? Because the things that's coming to your mind, don't make the mistake of thinking that you can remember everything. I used to do that a lot. When you lit and you know you dealing with a power that's connected to source, or you dealing with powers other than your own, and you getting messages and you communicating, you want to get yourself a pen and a pad so you can write down what's going on, because you'll forget about it. I'm telling you, some things are so powerful that they'll come to you in your mind and leave your mind, and the next minute you be like, man, what was that thought I was thinking about? That's how some spiritual things are. They don't always stay with the mind. So when you go through different spiritual endeavors, High Priestess, write it down.
We got 444, affection, overcoming obstacles, soulmates, romance, affection, support, and comfort. Your level of self-control is sufficient to make things right. On the horizon is the possibility of a new beginning, romantic or platonic friendship, as well as a chance to begin life anew. With a person from one's past, everything will fall into pieces, okay? There could be someone trying to come back from the past or something here. Fully immersed. Everything you want is all around you, just waiting for you to see it, okay? I don't know. If you're feeling stuck, I feel like this could be an illusion here, okay? You're fully immersed. Whatever you want is already around you. You just have to see it. You could be thinking that something's not there, but it's there already, okay? Yeah, just go with it. Embrace spontaneity and trust the journey, remaining open to unexpected twists and turns along the way. Yeah, something about your self-control here as well, okay? You could be really trying to work on self-control. You could be, I'm hearing discipline. Something about discipline could be very important right now. You could be practicing discipline to a very high level. Like, you know, someone could be like fasting from something. You know, you could be taking a break from something. I'm hearing somebody, you know, giving themselves 20 days, 30 days. They say it takes 21 days to break a habit or form a habit. Okay. Affection. I feel like you should be loving on yourself. Okay. Now, everybody's not going to have someone coming in. Some people already have someone there. You know, some people, this is just you loving on yourself, you know, finding who you are, okay? Supporting yourself and feeling comfortable in who you are, your own skin, overcoming obstacles, challenges, things that you may, you know, make you look at the world sideways. Yep. You know, something like that.
Definitely a lot of reflection in your energy, right? I feel like we matching energies right here. I got the Six of Cups to the Eight of Pentacles to the Queen of Cups. Off the top, highly intuitive female, woman, right? Highly intuitive woman. Young woman, I'm feeling, right? Could be old, but somebody has a young spirit. This Queen of Cups to the Six of Cups is a card of reflection, right? You could be a water sign as well. But that shows you reflecting. The Eight of Pentacles shows you getting better. So I like it. I like the Six of Cups to the Eight of Pentacles because that's not being caught in nostalgia. That's not being stuck. That's kind of like reflecting on the past and making your reflections work for you. So you could be looking back in your life and making changes, adjustments, right? The Queen of Cups is, that's the heightened sense of your intuition. So I definitely feel like you're a person that spend a lot of time reflecting. But not only are you reflecting, you making adjustments. That's good for you. Not for everybody. Some people need to not be in the Six of Cups because some people, that's their block right there. They can't get past who they were and what they used to do. I feel like you're a person now, and maybe you even have the ability to look at yourself in third person, which I think is a powerful gift to develop. Whereas though you can look back at life and you can see the things that you went through and you can see them clearly. But you can also clearly see that they don't define you, they don't make you who you are. Eight of Pentacles. So again, it's a beautiful energy. It's progressive. You using your intuition the right way and making it work for you. That's what we do. Like, we used our intuition wrong for so many years. Think of how many times you wanted to go in your mind and figure out and prove that you was right about something, right? Or somebody cheating on you and you know they cheating, so you using your intuition the wrong way to dig into and they just had you running at them, right? No, that ain't this energy. This energy is somebody, you definitely more grounded, and you allowing your intuition to work for you. Not for the figure, but for the betterment of yourself. Eight of Pentacles. You got energy.
I heard Mariah.
It's funny because I haven't seen a masculine card hit this table yet, bro.
We got right track. Something about the railroad tracks could be significant. The crossroads, something like that. You could be at a crossroad, but it's the right track, something like that. You are going in the right direction, so keep moving forward here. You know, a lot of times when you're going in the right direction, it feels like a lot of pressure upon you, against you, a lot of forces against you. But it says right track. You're going the right way. Okay? Happiness is simple. Find joy in life's small wonders, for they hold the key to fulfilling and contentment to your heart. Yeah, so something about you being on the right track. You know, happiness is simple. Maybe you were looking, maybe you were trying to take the difficult route at one time. You know, when you go against the grain, against the force, against the divine, a lot of times it is hard. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's very hard. So happiness is simple, staying on the right track. Somebody's really focused on like being a better person here. I like this. You could have been really a wreck out here. You could have been a force to be reckoned with is what I'm hearing. You could have been a very violent person. You could have been a very angry person. But I feel like somebody's at a crossroad where they're really trying to change things here and they are on the right track. When you are a person that has a past of anger, violence, and all these different things, and you're really trying to change, you're always going to be met with forces, right? So, be aware. You're always going to be met with forces, but just stay on the right track because that's what you're doing here.
Somebody like them train tracks,
okay?
Too.
Somebody definitely been down to the crossroads.
Down the crossroads.
Okay? It says thrive and believe, embrace growth, and trust in the promise, the covenant. I heard the covenant, the covenant, okay? Keep an open mind. Answers reveal the path to fulfillment, okay? I don't know. I feel like also with the train track here, don't be one track minded, right? Be able to see things in different perspectives, different, ways. Other people's opinions matter here, is what I'm hearing to a degree, maybe you could be needing to hear people a little bit more. It doesn't mean that you have to resonate with what a person says, but we should listen, You can learn a lot by listening too. So, I don't know. Somebody's on the right track. I like this.
I know I struggle with that too. Like something I just don't be wanting to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Some people I just don't want to listen. So I just learn how to just listen anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's something about learning something when you just because when you listen, you don't gotta respond. So, and when if you at a crossroads in life, a decision has to be made. Don't get stranded at the crossroad. Like, it's a lot of people out here stranded at the crossroad, want to move forward, but don't want to let go of the old way of thinking, right? That's just going to leave you stranded at the crossroad, right? Somebody might have went down a train track. Maybe you got the way open for you. Right? So maybe you have to move. I don't know. All right, Zay, I got you. Masculine energy. You asked for it. Here it is, brother. It pops right up, right? Okay, we got the Knight of Cups to the Strength to the King of Wands. I really love it, right? First of all, and I'm speaking to masculines, right? This is a masculine energy. Strength to the King of Wands. You gotta watch what you do with that, bruh. Like, you know, when you can't go out and have you can't have powerful sexual sessions with women and expect things to go in a predictable way. If you using your wand like Strength to the King of Wands, that might be your strong suit. You might got a strong stroke on you, right? But the thing about that, bruh, is you gotta be careful what you do with that, because
Your seed.
not only your seed, but when you running inside of these divine feminines, and you got wrong intentions, you just be destroying your life. Like, if you are enlightening yourself and you awakening, sex shouldn't be first. I'm just gonna advise you, like, think first. Think your way through it first. Don't let the urges control you, because the Strength to the King of Wands, that's a lot of passion, and that's powerful passion. The Knight of Cups is also
Somebody be talking, somebody on it.
like you're a passionate, you could be a passionate lover, like a passionate, the Knight of Cups to the King of Wands to the Strength. Let's just be honest, like this is a brother. You're not a fighter, you a lover. Whoever you are, you a lover. Like, I'm hearing Heavy D song. The overweight lovers in the house, right? That don't mean you have to be overweight, but somebody, you got the ability, you got a heavy love on you, bro, right? And I feel like the Knight of Cups to the Strength to the King of Wands, you just got to preserve your energy.
You know, with this kind of energy out here, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Strength card to the King of Wands. Also, you have to understand that your sexual energy is very powerful. You could, your energy is very powerful. I'm gonna just say that, it's very important for you to realize that, your energy is very powerful, and you can find yourself in a lot of bad situations with this. A lot of situations. I'm seeing a lot of cop calling. I'm seeing a lot of domestic violence kind of energy, because whoever this man is a great lover, and maybe sometimes when you're doing sexual things with a person, but you don't really have any intention of being with them, you can break a lot of hearts, and you can have a lot of lot of problems.
Yeah, but the thing about that, right? Because I'm seeing myself in this energy in my youth. When you like that, you be starting wars up, and those wars, they be wearing you out. Like, a lot of these divine feminines, they belong to they daughters of different things. Like, you got daughters of different deities. You got however they classify themselves, right? When you go inside of a woman and your intentions is not right, you make the powers that walk with them fight you. Mm-hmm. Like, they may not fight you, but their ancestors gonna fight you. They powers, they gonna fight you. The spirit is gonna fight you, right? No man is powerful enough. I don't care how powerful your stroke is, it's not gonna get you in a better situation if your intentions ain't right. If you out here and you just having, rendezvous with women, and that's just your intent, you try to squirt and move real quick, you're gonna suffer a lot nowadays, because a lot of these women, they awaken, bruh. And you don't want to do that. When a woman is awakened, the best thing you can do if your intentions ain't right is leave her alone. Because if you mess with her and then a tree fall on you, my advice.
Let's see.
We got worthy goal. Get out and be inspired to keep working towards your life's purpose. There's something that's very significant about a goal here, an achievement. I don't know if I've really been feeling like a lot of people, you know, your childhood dreams are becoming reality. You know, you're seeing that the things you used to dream about, the visions you had, they're not so far out of reach. You know, these things are obtainable, achievable. What Rio say? Set a goal.
Set a goal you want to reach.
It's achievable. Okay, right? So yeah, you know, something about that. We got transformation and rise here. Your journey of the transformation unlocks vast potential, guiding your evolution to new heights. Yeah, you're on a journey here. You know, somebody could be so worried about where they're going and not really worried about the journey. You know, I'm one to always speak about enjoying the journey, right? Because you don't want to be a person that, you know, you get to whatever destination it is and you find out that you haven't enjoyed anything. Life is about a journey. You know, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, right?
Go and take another try.
So go and take another try, right? You know, I feel like someone should really be understanding that, like, yeah, you made some mistakes, but, you know, you were given another opportunity and transformation is here, okay? You definitely could be needing to a vision board. You know, I'm all about vision boards as well. Sometimes when you can see things written down, you know, and you can see it on some bright paper, maybe with some pictures, some magazine clips, newspaper, printed off the printer, whatever you do. If you can see those things, sometimes it makes, you know, it becomes reality for you as well.
They help you stick to the script.
Yeah.
I remember my wife made a slogan that we used to go by, and she had put it on the wall. And like sometimes when I'll be feeling unenthusiastic about something, I'll look over and peep at it, and
yeah,
it'll help me get it going, right?
In the bathroom.
Yeah, them vision. No, remember that little
the
little green affirmation you had put out? Because then we was going hard. You know, Spirit was requiring a lot of us then because we was building. And there was times I didn't want to do it. I'm like, man, not today. I would look at the little affirmations and be like, man, let's go ahead and get to it.
I definitely write notes around the house.
Which is good, right? Okay. She write notes around the house. I write notes in books. I got like 100 notebooks around here, right? One day I think I'm going to just grab all of my notebooks, and that's going to be the book that everybody keep telling me to write. Yeah. I'm just going to publish all of my writings, right? Okay. I'm thinking about it. All right. Maybe I'm speaking it into existence. Okay. All right. Anyway, hey Ronnie, hey Beams.
Hey y'all.
How y'all doing?
Good
to see y'all here.
Hey family.
So we right back to the feminine energy, right? Bro called forth some masculine energy, and that's what fell out. But Spirit says we right back because all of these cards are feminine, right? Now, you got the Justice in reverse, to the Ten of Wands, to the Two of Cups in reverse. Man, somebody, you trapped in, you either in a relationship with somebody or some people, and it's just a burden. I'm not even gonna lie. Like somebody has a relationship that's a burden, and the Justice is in reverse, and you could be feeling it. Like, why am I here, right? But the Justice is out here. So basically, for my person that might be in a relationship that's got you feeling like it's a burden, right? I really want you to look at yourself and ask yourself, how much of a problem are you to you? Because sometimes when we get in relationships, instead of us looking at ourselves, we get agitated and we look at the person that we're in a relationship with, and we begin to blame them, right? And then we begin to get blind as to what's really going on, because why? It's your fault. You the problem. But a lot of times, the problem lies within on a deeper level, right? So I feel like somebody's justice out here could be self-reflection, accountability. Because accountability will get your justice upright real quick. A lot of times the justice is in reverse because we don't want to take accountability. Like if you have a relationship, somebody, and you know it's something that God gave you, maybe things are out of sort. Maybe you could be moving one way, they could be moving another way. But I'm telling you, if God gave it to you, it's up to you to fix what's wrong with you. Because it doesn't matter what you saying the problem is, it can be bigger. Because if you're in a relationship, one person ain't the problem. If it's a problem in a relationship, it's not one person's fault. It's not. Because let me explain something. If it's that much of a problem or damaging or risky, God will be removing you. Somebody, you feel like you stuck in a place where God got you at. Maybe it's a relationship. And maybe you need to look at it, and instead of looking at everything as a burden, begin to take accountability for what's wrong with you. What's wrong in you, right? What's wrong in you? Because once we can identify that, man, we can turn the justice around quick, right? Yeah, I feel like somebody just changed the way you maybe change your perspective about your whole relationship. Instead of thinking they the problem, think you the problem. Because if you the problem, you can fix it, right? Do what you can. Trust me, God ain't gonna have you somewhere where you ain't supposed to be. You might not like where you at.
Yeah.
But
Okay. All right, I got 2 more. Let me see. Give us something good. Tell them what they need. Tell us what we need. Tell us what we need.
Shield of resistance. Employ your shield of resistance, guarding against external pressures while nurturing your internal strength in love and career. Okay? So Spirit is saying, God is saying, like, stop allowing things from the outside to cause pressure on your inside. Okay? That means boundaries. That means, revealing things to people that can come back to hurt you later. That means trusting people that have proven to you that they can't be trusted. Those kind of energies. Yeah. Give up control. Release your grip on the outcomes. Embrace the present moment's wisdom. Something is above us. Okay.
word.
We don't have control of all things. There are some things we can control, but there are some things that are just out of our control. And there may be some situations that you're going through right now, and it's just like, give up control. Maybe it's frustrating because, you don't have control of the situation, and you keep trying to, maneuver around. And when you don't have control of a situation and you keep trying to change the outcome, it doesn't do anything but frustrate you.
Yeah, because you're addicted to a need for control.
Okay.
And that's worse. When you addicted to the need to have control,
I was.
you mess up a lot of stuff because you don't see that it's you wanting to have control. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that the other person is not doing what you want them to do. It's the fact that you need to control what's going on. And you might not, because some people who have control issues, they don't see it.
A lot of my control issues came from, and sometimes you have to get to the deeper problem, right? A lot of my control issues came from, just different insecurities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be abandonment issues, whether it be whatever it is, just all different kind of things. But, it causes those kind of things. And we have to look at ourselves and see what's going on.
All right, so I'm gonna back you out with this. You got the 10 of Pentacles to the 8 of Cups to the Knight of Wands. You got to come up here. Like, life gritty, you got to get tough with it. Because if you can, the way that you're thinking, whoever you are, that feels like you have a 10 of Wands on you, right? It's your thought process. If you take your thoughts from being right here and let them come up a level, you're going to walk right into a 10 of Pentacles, right? Which is fulfillment on many levels. This is inheritance, ancestral wealth and abundance. You see family all on the card, but it's requiring 8 of Cups. That's for you to move upward. Mm-hmm. You have to abandon a certain way of thinking. And when you do that, I'm telling you, Knight of Wands all day. Look how happy she look. And the Knight of Wands also is meteoric rise. Mm-hmm. A meteoric rise. See, the Knight of Wands, one of the fastest moving energies in the tarot deck. The Knight of Wands, look at a horse. His feet off the ground. They say the Knight of Wands moves so fast that the horse feet don't even touch the ground, right? So I feel like you just see dirt coming, dust kicking up because the energy moving so quick. Mm-hmm. So that could be indicative of a meteoric rise, meaning when you let go of that way of thinking and you step into this 8 of Cups, things going to change for you. You're going to be in a brand new energy. You have Knight of Wands energy, surrounded by 10 of Pentacles. But right now, you could be feeling like you're in the Ten of Wands. It's because you got to change the way you're looking at things.
Okay. 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 Shout out to Ohio. Hey.
Bluetooth connected.
Hey. And that was your message. Hey. Accept or reject it. But keep your spirit protected. We love you guys so much. Thank you guys for all your time, your energy. Okay? Thank you guys for, continuing to grow with us. Hey. Protect your energy. Zay, you know how to reach us. Hey. 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 Elemental beings. Trying to save the people from the pain and misery. And this life is not that hard. We be pulling all these cards while we healing all these scars. The elemental beings trying to save the people from the pain and misery. And this life is not that hard. We be pulling all these cards while we healing your other scars. Everything real in the spirit. I'm trying to tell you how it is, kind of hoping you hear it. It's like some of us have angels, some of us have demons. We love you guys. We catch you guys later. Elemental beings. They don't understand me. I'm a different kind of breed, come from the 5D. Hey, hey. Y'all have a good one. Here I go about to burn myself. Hit the thumbs up so you're notified. Hey, when we go live. Hey.